Hello, happy holidays everybody. I hope all of you have had a very Merry Christmas. Welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. Today, I'm Ranch. Today I am going to be giving you some Capper Comparison Picks for some very early predictions for the early prelims for UFC Vegas 46. I know these are kind of premature, but I just had to do some content. I couldn't go 2 weeks without putting anything up. I was gonna strip down and jump in the creek and say it was some cryotherapy, but like my buddy Vlad does. But thankfully I can stay warm and I can do some content. I did manage to string together some early predictions off of YouTube, and I did contact a couple of my handicapper friends, and they gave me some picks so I can have at least 5 cappers to compare. So without further ado, let's do this. I know the next these fights aren't until January 15th, and today's the December 30th, so we still got a long ways. I do have planned, of course not tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I am not going to be doing live stream, but the following Friday, January 7th, I have a live stream planned where I will be doing a UFC unranked futures or future contenders draft with me, BC Dave, and everybody's favorite, the beautiful Mbae. We are going to go live Friday the 7th. We already had this planned when I knew there was going to be weeks before any UFC fights, so we had this plan to do some content. The criteria is we have to pick 2 fighters per weight class, draft style, that are unranked. They cannot be in the UFC top 15, like UFC has top 15 of every weight class. The day of the draft, which is January 7th, they can't be any ranked fighters. We have to take 2 fighters per weight class, and the point system is if they break into the top 15, you get a point. If you break into the top 10, you get 2 points. Top 5, unlikely, but you get 3 points. And if they somehow break into the top 3 contenders, you get 4 points. And if they miraculously become champ, which probably won't happen, but in that case, you will get 5 points. We're gonna tally. I think next year when we tally all this stuff, the score will probably be 2-1 to 2, something. I don't know. But anyway, I had to do something to make content, and I didn't know what to do, and I love doing live streams. I live for it. But anyway, I'll get more into detail with that on the 7th. I hope all you guys stay tuned for that. But just to keep you guys on my channel, I have to feed you content. So I'm going to give you these early prelim picks, Capper comparison picks. Like I said, I did manage to scrounge up enough early predictions, and I do have a new capper on here that's dude, this guy is phenomenal. He dives real deep into this. So without further ado, I'm going to just get right into this. These are the early prelims according to the order on Tapology, and of course Tapology likes to mess with me, so the order probably will change. Probably this Sunday they'll probably flip the order around anyway. But as of right now, these are what I'm calling the early prelim fights for UFC Vegas 46. You guys really, you want to, let's, I'm going to pull up real quick on a recap. Vegas 45, just to show you guys how I did. I didn't do that great, but I didn't do that bad. Okay, let's see. We did, just to recap, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I went 7 and 6 in Vegas 45. I'm not going to spend too much time, but I will, since I got it here right open for you. I'm going to go through real quick. Melissa Gatto took care of business, beating Sajara Eubanks. I picked that. That was a win for me. But then Andre Ewell lost to Charles Jourdain by decision. Then Harry Hunsucker, that was my underdog grasp, sloppy heavyweight fight. He got destroyed by Justin Tafa. Lost that one. I will have timestamps in this, so if you guys don't want to hear me ramble on this crap, you can just forward to the next timestamp. Here's where I did make some money. I picked Gerald Mearshart and Raquel Pennington. They both got it done. Raquel Pennington got a submission over Macy Chiasson. Gerald Mearshart got a submission over Dustin Soltzfus. Those are on the same card, both green. Plus money parlay there. Made out with that. Then this one, it was broken up. Jordan Levitt got the submission over Matt Sales. I think that was the curtain jerker, if I remember correctly, but I won that. Dontel Mays, I picked him to beat Josh Parisian, as did everybody else, and he came through, got the TKO round 3. Cub Swanson surprised me, and he beat Darren Elkins. I thought the damage was more durable. I thought he was going to, but Cub Swanson took care of business. TKO round 1. I didn't know his whole family was going to be there watching him, and if I knew that, I probably would have leaned Cub Swanson, but I you know, unbeknownst to me. But then finally, let's see, you got Matus Gamrot. Majority of people picked him, as did I. Got that right. Ricky Simone, very good win over Rafael Sunsao. Got that right. Then Angela Hill. I think Angela Hill got robbed, to be honest with you, against Amanda Lemos. I think Angela Hill should have got that decision. But I think she's got the most split decision losses right now in UFC, and it's just a shame because I've seen her lose like right off the top of my head, I can think of 3 robbery decisions. Poor Angela Hill, man, it kind of irks me. But yeah, Amanda Lemos got the nod and got the decision victory there. And finally, the main and co-main event, I got them both wrong. I had picked Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. BC Dave won a sweatshirt, a hoodie off that bet, picking Bilal Muhammad. Hoodie's in the mail, Dave. Hoodie is in the mail. And I thought Chris Dawkins was going to maybe use some ground game. That was his path to victory. But the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, was not letting that happen. Come out scary, intimidating. Ended up folding him with that punch. Literally, he folded. Like his leg, it went limp. You know, doing the yoga stretch on his knees and shit. But anyway, yeah, Derek Lewis took care of business there. So, like I said, overall 7-6, still on the winning side of things. But I don't remember if I came out on top money wise. Probably not, since I've only won one parlay. But and I don't know if I won any prop bets. But whatever. That's in the past. That was before Christmas. Now it's after Christmas. In 2 days, it's going to be a brand spanking new year, brand new range. I'm going to, when I had COVID, I kind of fell off, gained some weight, put it on, but I have a whole program planned starting Saturday, the 1st, not Monday like a lot of people are. I'll start Monday, I don't want to start on it. No, I'm doing on the 1st. I have a little training, diet program started January 1st, so good luck to me there. Anyway, sorry for rambling. There will be timestamps. You have to hear the ramble. Some of you guys like to hear the ramble, so whatever. Okay, let's get into this. We're talking first fight. According to Tapology, as of right now, the curtain jerker is the Night Wolf, Jamie Pickett, taking on the newcomer. This is a UFC debut, Joseph Holmes. And Joseph Holmes is the favorite here at -155, record of 7-1. His last fight was in the Contender Series, I do believe. No, actually, no. His last fight actually was in Fury FC. Tonight, December 30th, Fury, CFFC, Cage Fury, the Philadelphia scene. They have a pro grappling tournament on with a lot of UFC stars performing. I do already have some straight bets. I have Chase Hooper beating, who is it, Renato Moicano. Chase Hooper's a good BJ. This is grappling, not MMA, just straight up grappling. And he's plus 550, guys, plus 550. I'll throw a half a unit on that. My $10 will win me 55 on Chase Hooper. I mean, I think that's his. Anyway, he's a black belt. Sean Brady plus 500 against some Australian guy, of course a jiu-jitsu guy, but the Australian guy's name was like Chris something or I don't know, but I did make a couple bets. But I saw also on that card we have Clay Guida against Billy Quarantillo. Who else was that? Alex Caceres is on that card. Cowboy Cerrone is on that card. Check, if you guys got Tapology, open it up, check it out. It's like it's called Fury Pro Grapple or something, I forget, something or other. And BetOnline is taking straight bets. You can't parlay anything, but it is taking straight bets. And like I said, Chase Hooper at plus 550, Sean Brady at plus 500. Those are my two underdog straight bets because I don't do minus money bets. There's some other places I would have, if I could have parlayed them, I would have parlayed some minus money fighters, but I didn't. And the thing is, I don't really know the competition. If they're not in the UFC, I don't really follow BJJ closely anymore since I've been out of it. But I'm gonna take a gamble tonight on some of those Cage Fury. Go on Tapology right now. The fights, the grappling matches start at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Philadelphia, Cage Fury Pro Grappling or something, Grappling Pro. Sean Strickland's on there. Sean Strickland, and he's an underdog, but I don't like his BJJ. I think he's probably going to get beat. I think he's going against, I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just looked at it before I decided to make this video. Let's get back into this. I apologize once again. Let's get back into this. We got the middleweight fight between the Night Wolf, Jamie Pickett, and Ugly Man, Joseph Holmes. Okay, like I said, we're going to start with the favorite, Joseph Holmes, 7-1, minus 155. He's the younger of the two. He's 26 years old. Jamie Pickett is 33. Joseph Holmes trains out of a place called SFS MMA. That is in Texas. He does have a 2-inch height advantage. Him and Jamie Pickett, they have the same reach. So let's see. His one loss is his pro debut, and it was in Bellator. He went as an amateur, undefeated. He went his pro debut in Bellator. He lost to somebody named Jordan Newman by unanimous decision. But not bad for Joseph Holmes. He's been, 7-fight win streak. Most of that stuff is in Fury FC. Like, if I didn't mention, his most recent win is against Yonovan Patty, or Jonovan Patty, Yonovan, I don't know. TKO round 1 in Fury FC. So good on Mr. Joseph Ugly Man Holmes. I don't know why I picked that as his nickname, because he's not an ugly dude. He actually looks like an actor, but I just can't place which one. Can't place who he looks like, but he looks like an actor, karate, like a mixed martial arts action actor. And I can picture him too. I just can't think of his name. Anyway. Jamie Pickett, he's 12-6 as a professional, plus 135. He's coming off a win against Loriana Staropoli. Good on him, unanimous decision. However, he has got an ugly loss to Jordan, the Beverly Hills Ninja Wright, who that is not a good look because Jordan Wright made quick work of him and ground and pound TKO round 1. Over the night with Jordan Pickett, or Jamie Pickett, I'm sorry. Then after he beat him, he gave him the bow, and it was like it's supposed to be respectful, but it was low-key insulting to give him that bow after he made work of him because Jordan Wright, is kind of like, you know, he's got that white privilege face, and he's the Beverly Hills Ninja. He looks, I don't know, just looks like white privilege. Before that, he lost to Tafan Nchukwi, not a bad loss. That was his UFC debut for Jamie Pickett against Tafan Nchukwi. So he's 3-2 in his last 5. He trains out of Port City Sports. That's in Wilmington, North Carolina. Not much else to say. Before he came to the UFC, he was in a Carolina regional promotion called Next Level Fight Club, where he did strike up most of these 12 victories came out of there. So let's see, starting with the favorite, let's see the cappers who were generously enough put out early predictions and or answered my my DMs and gave me the picks. Well, one of them did, and he said he's going to make videos tomorrow, but I will. This fight here was scheduled for last week, so I'm going to post that on the. I will share the capper links in the description. I'll explain. So anyway, Vlad, he's the one that I called because I needed a 5th capper. UFC celebrities and classics. My boy, the Bulgarian Cowboy Vlad. He told me he's taking Holmes. He's the one. I'm going to post this video in the link for this video because that's the only one he's got. He said he's making these fight predictions tomorrow. That's Serbian time, Bulgarian time, or where he was coming back to Serbia. I contacted him when he was driving from Bulgaria because he went there for Christmas and whatnot. Anyway, thank you, Vlad, for your picks. He's taking Joseph Holmes. Then we've got Burt MMA, young gentleman, is taking Holmes by submission. Early picks from AJ DeVito over at MMA Experts. His early pick is also on Holmes, the UFC debutant. But man, I think they're kind of like, even though Pickett did, you got to remember, Pickett came off a win against Loriano Staropoli. That's a good win, but I think people are still remembering the Jordan Wright fight. That's why, you know, it's not a good look, that thing. And the new guy that I was mentioning, here's a new guy. I never used him on the show. He has his full card picks out. I guess he's part of I don't know his name because he never mentioned it in the video, but I think he's part of like a group. Because he also does, besides predictions, he does a prop show called Pick Your Poison. And anyway, the channel is called MMA Fight Club. And this dude is awesome because he gets so in depth with the players' backgrounds. Let me explain. Like, for example, Jamie Pickett, he was like, well, when Jamie Pickett was a young boy growing up, he was separated from his brother because his father died or something. I don't know, but he has like the backstory of all these fighters. Like, dig deep. Talk about digging deep. He was like, Jamie Pickett started wrestling. He grew up from his grandparents because his mother had a drug problem and is separated from his brothers or something. Or I was listening to it in the car. But as I was driving to work. But I do remember he said he's raised by his grandparents. He started wrestling in high school and 9th grade. And then he decided to do MMA after he graduated or something or other like that. But I was very impressed by this guy. MMA Fight Club, links in the description. I urge all you guys, check this dude out. He's got a ton of good info. I might rewatch it now that I'm home and not driving because there were so many things he was saying that I just wanted to jot down, but it's hard to drive and write. So, but I did get his picks. Here he is taking Ugly Man Joseph Holmes to get the victory. It's not a full capper consensus though because we have a contrarian picker, and that is my good friend Schroeder. Schroeder MMA Bet. He is a Brazilian capper. I met him through Vlad, the Bulgarian Cowboy. I do like Schroeder. And I think it's Bet singular, but whatever. His link is also in the description, and he's on the side with Jamie Pickett. I think it's because of his UFC experience, and he is noticing that little recency bias. He has a win against Loriana Staropoli. That Jordan Wright, he's saying that was kind of a fluke. Unexpected fluke, but he's also a stat guy. He does side-to-side comparison stats with striking and all that stuff. And he's actually putting a bet on Pickett at plus money. So, small bet. And he's saying Pickett should get the decision victory here over ugly man Joseph Holmes. So, there you have it. We got Schroeder taking Pickett. The rest of the cappers taking Joseph Holmes. I'm going to side with ugly man Joseph Holmes, because despite I know I was throughout this breakdown, I was sounding like I was gonna maybe lean Pickett because I kept bringing up that Staropoli victory, but I cannot shake that. The visual of Jordan Wright giving him the bow after knocking his ass out in the first round, I can't break that. So I'm gonna go with Holmes. Holmes has only lost once. That was his debut in Bellator, so I think Holmes does have potential to be up and comer. Maybe I'll even select him during my he's a middleweight. Like I said, January 7th, we have the unranked future contender draft. Me, Dave, and Mbe. Maybe Joseph Holmes will be one of my selections. You get to pick 2 from each weight class. We're not doing women's because there's just not enough women that are unranked. And like, for example, the featherweight has like 3 people in it, so I'm just saying, I suppose we could do it for strawweight, but anyway, we're going to be doing all the 8 male weight classes. Heavyweight is going to be tough too, because there's not a lot to choose from that are unranked. That's the criteria. But anyway, it's going to be fun. I hope you guys all check it out. In this fight, though, I'm taking Holmes. I think he's going to get it done. Probably decision. It'll probably be the way to go. I don't know. He does have he's coming off a TKO in round 1. And Jamie Pickett did get ground and pound. But you know what? Tafan and Chukwi couldn't knock him out. He took him to distance. And I kind of think that Jordan Wright was kind of fluky, that fight. But I think it's going to go decision. I think Holmes is probably going to get the victory. I think he's going to get more volume, more punches landed. And that's how the judges are going to score it, like that. And I'm going to go with ugly man Joseph Holmes. Moving on. Now, this fight was supposed to happen last in Vegas 45, but I think somebody in somebody's, I think Victor Henry's corner, maybe somebody got COVID. It just said canceled due to COVID protocol. Didn't say who, but I want to say it was Victor Henry. I'm not sure though. Can't confirm. But anyway, it was postponed to this event, Vegas 46. The odds are not out as of right now on BetOnline, but if you go by last card's odds, Barcelos was a huge favorite. I can't believe I didn't even write the records. I'll write them now, though. Barcelos was like a minus 360, if I remember correctly. So I imagine when the odds do come out, they'll be similar. Raoni Barcelos is 16. What's that junk? 16-2 as a professional. Victor Henry is 21-5. Yes, sir. This is his UFC debut for Victor Henry. La Mangosta. You know what that translates to? The mongoose. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Victor Henry has he does have a lot of experience. 21 wins. A lot of it is in Japan. He was in Pancrase. He was in Ryzen. He fights out of Southern California, out of UWF USA, which is his real good friend and coach and fellow UFC fighter Josh Barnett also trains out of there. Victor Henry has never been finished He's coming off a win against a guy named Albert Morales. That was in Lights Out Extreme. That's a California regional where Victor Henry was the champion. And if you look at his Tapology, that he was headlining, he won the belt. That was for the belt in LOX or something. I don't know, Lights Out Extreme. I think it's LOX or something. Anyway, check it out. He beat Albert Morales by rear naked choke in round 2 in that. So he's 4-1 in his last 5. His one loss was a unanimous decision loss to Denis Lavrentiev, and that was that was I think 2019. He does have a couple wins against active UFC fighters right now. He's got a split decision win against Kyler Phillips, the Matrix, and he's got a TKO win over Anderson Dos Silva, or Dos Santos. Anderson Dos Santos. Barinha, I think that was his nickname. Anyway, Anderson Dos Santos and Kyler Phillips, both UFC fighters known throughout the UFC. And Victor Henry has wins over both them. Split decision, Kyler Phillips, and TKO round 2. I know it happened like in 2018 or something like that, but Victor Henry's a prime. He's never been finished. He's careful. This guy might sneak up on you. However, they're feeding him to the wolves because Raoni Barcelos is no joke. Raoni Barcelos, 16-2. He's coming off a loss to Timur Valiev, but you know what? That was a majority decision, and it was a very close fight. It was almost called in round 2, I think. He had knocked Valiev on the ground, I think, and he was starting to give him some punches like ground when he was on the ground, but the time ran out. But it could have been called or something. I think it was something like that. I remember because I was sweating. I bet on Timur Valiev, and thankfully Valiev won. Thankful for my wallet, but man, I was sweating that entire fight. Raoni Barcelos could have, and maybe some people are saying should have, won that fight against Timur Valiev. Before that, he's got a win against Khalid Taha and Saeed Nurmagomedov, both by unanimous decision. The dude is 9-1 in his last 10 fights. 9-1, and that one was the majority decision loss to Timur Valiev, which really could have went either way. Okay, these guys are the same exact height. I think Barcelos is literally 3 days older than Victor Henry, so they're both 34 years old. So there's no age, same exact height. Tapology, for some reason, doesn't have Victor Henry's reach. Raoni Barcelos at 67 inches. I would assume that it's about right there. So I think they're even in all the reach, height, reach, age aspects. They're even. But Raoni Barcelos fighting out of the Rizzo RVT. That's in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. But here's the kicker. Raoni Barcelos, besides only losing twice in his pro career, he's been back in Brazil. This guy has been doing his dad. I learned this from what's his name from MMA Fight Club. Raoni Barcelos' father was like a Brazilian national wrestler, so he at a very young age got into amateur wrestling, competitive, like collegiate folk style, if you will, Olympic style wrestling, okay? And he won the Brazilian national wrestling. He was a 5-time Brazilian national wrestling champ. 5 times. 2 times South American. That's the entire continent. That's Chile, Panama, Mexico, Brazil, all that. 2 times South American wrestling champ. So, kudos. Barcelos definitely has the edge when it comes to the ground game. So that's news to me. I did not know this. Thank you, MMA Fight Club, for that info. So might as well just throw these names up here. MMA Fight Club is on Barcelos. man, I was so impressed watching it. I can't believe he's off my radar. And he was so good, the MMA Fight Club guy. I don't even know his name. And I know he's from my area. It's like Pennsylvania. I'm middle New York State, but Pennsylvania is only a short drive. He said he's like 35 minutes from Caitlin Chukagian's hometown. So that's Quakertown or something. Quaker, I don't know. Anyway, MMA Fight Club is on Raoni Barcelos. I'm a new sub. I wish I found him earlier. This guy's good. Then we've got AJ DeVito. AJ throughout the entire thing kept emphasizing these are early predictions, pre-research predictions, gut feeling predictions. But he's taking Barcelos by decision. However, during these predictions, he did say some of these he feels so strongly that he doubts he's going to change his pick. And I think this is one of those because he said, you know, this a lot of these guys broke this down already last, 2 weeks ago. Then we've got Schroeder, very high, $100 bet. $100 bet for Schroeder, taking Raoni Barcelos. Also, MMA Fight Club, that guy said $100 is his one unit. High roller. My unit is $20. He's like Dave. Dave has $100 units. Can I get a hiya? Hey, Nor. Hi. So anyway, Raoni Barcelos. Also taking Raoni, we've got Vlad, UFC Celebrities and Classics. And to fill out the full Kappa consensus, we've got Bert, MMA, and Bert is saying by decision, making this a full Capper consensus. Do it in the camera. Full Capper consensus. Throw some lucky pearls. A full Capper consensus is good luck pearls. We're doing the dance. Full Capper consensus is when what? What happens? Nor?
When all the handicappers pick what side is the right one.
That's right.
They picked him.
They picked him. They didn't pick him. That's why
they picked him.
That's when all the handicappers are in agreement, taking one fighter.
Tiger.
It is. This is Tiger Muay Thai. I won this shirt from a bet against BC Dave. Dave, thank you for this shirt. I love it. A little bit better fit than the other one I got from you, the Tiger Muay Thai shirt. But I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dave. Anyway, everybody is on side with Raoni Barcelos. He is going to be a huge favorite, so it's kind of, no one's taking a shot on Victor Henry, but Victor Henry, he is, I might hedge bet him, because you never know. He does have that fight experience over in Japan. He does have some wins against notable UFC fighters, but I'm going to have to side with the favorite here in Raoni Barcelos because of his wrestling background. Thank you once again, MMA Fight Club. But I'm taking Barcelos, and I think he's going to get it done. Let's see, Victor Henry, has he? Yeah, by decision, we're going to say by decision. I don't really know Victor Henry. I don't watch Ryzen, but Ryzen does have an event, Ryzen 33. I already made my picks on Tapology because somebody challenged me. Weird, I know. But that's on Japanese time, so Eastern time it starts at like midnight. So, but if you're hungry for some MMA action, you could always watch the Japanese guys go at it. I have the Japanese Trapanese. I have Trapanese in the background. The Trapanese music. That's my Ryzen music. But anyway, I'm taking Raoni Barcelos, but Victor Henry might be worth half unit hedge bet. Half unit for me is $10 because the unit's $20. I'm not a big high roller like that. This is my hobby, not my lifestyle. So anyway, moving on. Here we go. This is a good fight. Better than it shows. We've got Mowgli, Gabriel Benitez, the favorite. -183, almost 2-1 favorite, with a record of 22-9, taking on TJ Trenton Brown, Downtown Brown. TJ is 15-8, and he is a +158 underdog. These odds are from Bet Online right before filming this, but TJ Brown is the underdog. He's slightly younger. He is 31, where Benitez is 33, so no big age discrepancy here. TJ Brown does have a 1-inch height, 2.5-inch reach advantage over Mowgli. Mowgli's coming off a loss against Billy Quarantillo, who is on grappling. He's fighting at Fury FC tonight against Clay Guida. What a good fight. And Clay Guida is the underdog, +180. No bet there, though. I think Billy Q might be able to. Clay Guida's old, man. So anyway, but he is coming off a win, isn't he? Clay Guida in MMA. Anyway, back onto this. Mowgli is coming off that loss. He lost to round 3 to Billy Q. Got TKO by punches. Before that, he has a win against Justin, the Guitar Hero, Justin James. Knee to the body in round 1. Good on you, Gabriel Benitez. Prior to that, he has back-to-back losses. Once to Omar Morales, a good fighter. Once to Sodiq Youssef, ground and pound round 1. Also ranked UFC fighter. So 2-3 in his last 5. But the 3 losses, Billy Q, Omar Morales, Sodiq Youssef, not bad losses. So you really can't, they're all good fighters in the featherweight division. Now TJ Brown, oh, by the way, Gabriel Benitez fighting out of AKA American Kickboxing Academy over in San Jose, California. I know it's a very popular school, especially for a lot of the cappers over in the West Coast. eBay's comes to mind. eBay's loves AKA. We've got DC is over there. It says American Kickboxing Academy, but they're heavy wrestling school. Training facility. Anyway, TJ Brown, he was fighting out of Little Rock, Arkansas. That's where he's from. He was fighting out of a place called West Side Fight Team. However, now he's relocated to a new school. Glory MMA. Yes, the expertise of James Krause. James Krause will take an average fighter and make him phenomenal. He's done it before. He can do it again. Some people just don't learn. Derek Minner comes to mind. But Derek Minner has improved since going to Glory. And there's other, James Krause can take a mediocre fighter and make him very good. I'm just saying, I'm putting that out there. Okay, TJ Brown is downtown. TJ Brown is coming off a win against Kai Kamaka, third split decision. Kai Kamaka third now is in Bellator, but I know I won money on him like a couple weeks ago. He had a victory in Bellator. So I'm saying that's a good look for TJ Brown. Before that, he lost to Danny Chavez, and he lost to Jordan Griffin by guillotine round 2. But they're like Jordan Griffin and Danny Chavez, both formidable opponents, So TJ Brown 3-2 in his last 5, a little bit better than Mowgli. And he does have that 1-inch height, 2.5-inch reach advantage. And I do like that he's in Glory MMA now. TJ Brown has notably better wrestling. I think he went to, he was a finalist in high school wrestling state championship tournaments. I heard that. I didn't write it down, but I do believe I heard that. However, he likes to stand and bang. He's fell in love with the striking, but if it does go to wrestling, I think he would have the edge over Mowgli. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this interesting featherweight showdown between Gabriel Benitez and Trenton TJ Downtown Brown. We've got we're going to start with the favorite. Taking the favorite, we've got Bert. He thinks Mowgli should be able to get the KO knockout. Hey buddy, I like your haircut. Very handsome. You're looking pretty shaggy with the mop before, with your bangs hanging right in your front of your eyes. Anyway, Bert saying by KO. Then we've got Schroeder. He's taking Mowgli by decision. AJ DeVito, MMA experts. Also early picking Gabriel Benitez. Like I said, once again, all these picks will be on. The links will be in the description. Check them out. UFC Celebrities and Classics, Vlad. Also taken Benitez. This was a DM. I said, who you taking? I need your picks. His videos will be up tomorrow, so I can't put the link in the description. I'll put this link in it because he did this 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And finally, we've got MMA Fight Club, one of my new favorite cappers, and he is going with TJ Brown. And he's this is more of like a dog or pass spot for him. So he's not very confident with it, but he thinks at plus 158 he's worth a little bit of a hedge bet. He thinks TJ Brown should be able to get the decision, potentially using that wrestling and going to the ground and getting some control time. I don't know, check it out for yourself. His link for his full card breakdown, 3 hours long. I watched every minute of it and loved it. But anyway, MMA Fight Club taking TJ Brown by decision. And you know what? You guys know me, for the guys that have been following, and I'm a plus money junkie. And I also tend to lean toward the wrestlers. I'm going to take TJ Brown here. I think he's going to get it done over Mowgli. You know, he's coming off the nice win against Kai Kamaka III. Mowgli's coming off a loss to Billy Q. Justin James is not all that great, and like I said, Mowgli 2-3 his last 5, TJ Brown 3-2 in his last 5. So recency bias has me leaning that way too, and at plus 158, it's worth my pick. I'm taking TJ Brown to get it done. We're gonna say by. I think he's gonna. I agree with MMA Fight Club. I think he's gonna. Hopefully, James Krause will, because before, like a lot of these guys that they don't, and it's a pet peeve of mine. If you have a wrestling background, be a wrestler. Don't be a striker. And I think James Krause understands paths to victory. He's a smart, good coach, and he's gonna say, use your advantage on the ground, use your wrestling over Gabriel Benitez, and he should be able to get the control time against the cage and on the ground, edging that decision victory. As long as Mowgli doesn't clip him, but I don't think it's gonna happen because his most recent losses are unanimous decision, and then he got guillotined by Jordan Griffin, so he hasn't really been knocked out. So there you have it. To recap.
I don't think he's here.
Oh, guess not. Time check. Sorry. To recap, I've got Ugly Man Joseph Holmes beating Jamie Pickett by decision. Unfortunately, these are all going decision in my eyes. Then I have, actually this one I might change it to some, no, I'm going to keep it at decision. Then I have Raoni Barcelos using his wrestling to get it done over Victor Henry, but Victor Henry is worth a small hedge bet. Half a unit, why not? And finally, I've got TJ Downtown Brown for the upset over Mowgli Gabriel Benitez, also by decision. So there you got it. I'm going to parlay all three of these I can't parlay this one. It's not on my books yet. I'm going to parlay Brown and Holmes together as soon as I'm done with this video. Parlay them for a full unit, full 20 bucks. But whatever, it is what it is. So anyway, thanks for watching. Gather the info. Place your bets and cash those tickets. I appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and fill the comments with who you think is going to win these fights. Be sure to tune in when I do the and you know what? I might be able to get enough more cappers to do another capper comparison show for the next 3 fights coming on the card. After these, I already did the paperwork for it, and they will be it'll be Chase Sherman, Jake Collier, Dakota Bush, Vyacheslav Borashev, and Vanessa Demopoulos, Silvana Gomez Juarez. I do have the Perfect Parlay Pursuit. I have their picks already. I just need 4 more capper picks for that, and I have another show, so I might be able to get another show in before the live stream. The big unranked future contenders draft live. So, but anyway, if I don't get to do another capper comparison show, definitely tune in for the live stream. I'm already hyped about it. I've already made a bunch of selections because, you know, like I said, it's a draft, and you can't, you know, your players get picked. They get picked. Your fighters, I mean. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to click that like button, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I totally went over, but I did do a lot of info on this fight, on these fights, and other garbage, rambling. It's been a long time, guys. So good luck on these bets here, and I hope to see you my next show. Thanks. Bye.